Welcome to the Lifestar EMS Training and Education Center. My name is Todd, and I'm thrilled that you're joining me today to do a little bit more practice in medication math. I was doing a presentation on magnesium sulfate, and part of that presentation was how to administer that mag sulfate to a patient who is preeclamptic, that is a pregnant woman in her last trimester of pregnancy who gets super high blood pressures, and the danger is that she might go into eclampsia, which is starting to seize, and so we're going to try and prevent that by giving magnesium sulfate. This is just the medication math part of that presentation, and I'm thrilled that you're here to do a little practice. Let's get started. Our medication math exercise for the day is how to give magnesium sulfate to our preeclamptic patient. And we have these bottles of mag sulfate on the ambulance, and we know from our protocol that the dose is to give 4 grams in 10 minutes as a loading dose. And then we need to take this patient to a labor and delivery capable hospital. So we are going to also run a maintenance dose of 2 grams per hour. And we want to do all of this by just mixing it up once. We don't want to be doing more math than we have to, and we're not going to mix up in different containers, one for the maintenance dose, one for the loading dose. So we're going to do this all in one. The math is going to be simple. You can press pause, you can back up, and you can think about things and then come back to this video. So this is going to be a low stress, easy medication math exercise. If you take a look at this bottle of mag sulfate, you see there are 5 grams in it. 5 grams, but we're going to give 4 grams in 10 minutes, and then we have to continue giving 2 grams an hour. So 5 grams sounds like we might be pushing it a bit unless we're close. So just to play it safe, we're going to grab a second bottle of mag sulfate. So we have a total of 10 grams, and we need to put this into some sort of container full of fluid. So we're going to pick a nice medium-sized bag of D5W. So we're going to put it in this 250 milliliter bag. Once we draw up those 10 grams and put it in the 250 milliliters, the next thing we're going to want to know is what is the concentration of that medication. When we're looking at the concentration, sometimes you forget what am I supposed to divide, what goes on top, what goes on the bottom. But right here in the middle, that little slash, that is the mathematical symbol for division. So there's your reminder right there, grams per milliliter. In order to calculate your concentration, you divide the grams by the number of milliliters. So your grams are 10 grams in the top, and your milliliters are 250 milliliters. 10 divided by 250 is 0.04 grams per milliliter. So that's our concentration. The first formula that we're going to get to play with is the fluid over time formula, which goes like this. The amount to be infused, expressed in milliliters, because in the end we have to get to milliliters per hour, times 60. That 60 is to convert the minutes into hours, and then over how much time you want to give this amount to be infused. In this case, we know that we want to give it in 10 minutes. So that one we already know the answer to, 10 minutes. But what is the amount to be infused? That's another way of asking how many of these milliliters that have 0.04 grams does it take to make 4 grams? So if the question is how many of these 0.04 milliliters does it take to get to 4 grams, this unknown or variable x times 0.04 equals 4. So therefore, 4 divided by 0.04 will give us this number. 4 divided by 0.04. Ooh, that's ugly. Let's clean that up. 4 divided by 0.04 equals 100 milliliters. That is our amount to be infused, 100 milliliters. And now we have all the information in this formula for fluid over time that we need. 100 times 60 divided by 10 will give us our milliliters per hour. Have you paused and calculated for yourself? If you did, you'll find that it's 600 milliliters per hour. and you're going to program your pump to do 600 milliliters per hour, and the volume to be infused is 100 milliliters. So 600 milliliters per hour, 100 milliliters go by, and that is going to be a 10-minute infusion, and then you have given your loading dose of 4 grams in 10 minutes. Once we've given those 4 grams in 10 minutes, the next challenge is to come up with our maintenance dose for 2 grams per hour. And this is even easier. Let's clear the board. Here's the second standard formula. Again, I hope you have it written down on a reference card that you carry with you in the ambulance. And here's the formula. Dose per minute times 60 to convert to hours divided by concentration will get your milliliters per hour. But hold on. The dose here is expressed in grams per hour. So we don't even need to worry about any of this. The dose is already 2 grams per hour. So you got your top number, and your concentration is 0.04. So 2 divided by 0.04 will get you 50 milliliters per hour. So our loading dose, 4 grams in 10 minutes. We did all the math, and we've already given 100 milliliters at 600 milliliters per hour. And that took 10 minutes. And our maintenance dose, which is 2 grams per hour, 2 divided by concentration, gives you 50 milliliters per hour. So we just switch our pump to 50 milliliters per hour for the remainder of the transport. And that's all there is to it. Just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of willingness to write things down and do this once in a while on your own, play with the numbers, and you'll get much, much more comfortable over time, and you'll have more confidence.